All right. Hello, everybody. Hopefully, everybody had a good day today. We caught some pretty awesome trades today in Shorty's Discord. Called the top and a bottom quite a few times and got some good scalps. Anyway, I hope everybody printed today. I'm going to just wipe my chart, which I hate doing, but we're going to start with some education first. So I want to start by zooming out, taking a look at the overall big picture. We're in a downtrend. And then our current trend, shorter time frame, we're on an uptrend. So from here, I always just drop down to 4-hour charts, and I'll start looking at my volume profiles on 4-hour. Actually, sorry, let me go back. Daily chart. I'm going to look at my PVP. So if you don't know how to find this, you can just type in PVP and you'll see periodic volume profile. The settings that we use: value area volume 68%, row size is 100%. And we want to switch to the 12-month. So this here will be our 2022 value area high and value area low. It's going to take a lot to move these right now, so I'm comfortable putting them on my chart a little bit early. And then we'll grab our 2021 value area high and low and POC. If you don't know what any of these are, I'll go over that really shortly here. That is, if you don't understand value area high, value area low. And just a little hack, if you want to go further back, like if you wanted to grab um, volume profiles from previous years, you can just use the replay feature. Come to here, and then you'll get volume profiles further back. So actually, let me I'm gonna go back to here really quick just to get some noise off the chart. Um, so our value area high is going to be, or sorry, I should just start with volume profile. This whole area here is going to be our volume profile. This red line on the volume profile is going to be the point of control, or POC. And that's where the most volume was traded during this 1 year time period. And then with volume profile, you can look at different time periods. DM, it's posted in the previous, or yeah, in past watch lists. So our POC is going to be the area where the most volume was traded on any given day. And then these areas here where you have like the larger volume nodes, these are called volume shelves. And so you could even go as far as like turning off your candlesticks if I click the right thing. And you know, based on your volume shelves, that there's going to be a lot of time spent basically at these levels here. Anyway, I don't want to draw too many boxes, but all of these levels, when I turn the candlesticks on, you'll see that you have some kind of consolidation in these areas with the candlesticks. Yeah, through here, and then we gap up. So see, this is a skinny belly here. And so we're easily able to climb through this area and then form a volume shelf here before we move to this next area, form a value shelf here, and then literally dump to this high, this volume shelf here before we go back up. And then another volume shelf up here at the top that I didn't draw, but you can see a lot of consolidation through there. So this highlighted area is going to be, if we look at our settings, that's the value area, 68%. So from our value area high to our value area low is going to be where 68% of the trading volume took place in the time frame that we're looking at. And when we're within this area, basically means that traders are accepting this range as value. And when we break above, you want to see like a retest before you go long, or break below, retest, go long. And that's just basically showing that traders are accepting like a new value area above. Hopefully this is a pretty good overview of volume profile. From once I have my yearlies, I drop down to the 4-hour chart. And all of this is important. Like if we look at the difference on the time frame, my value area low has shifted up to here, my value area high has shifted up to here, and my POC has shifted up to here. So that's the reason that we draw the lines on the chart, because when you change to a different time frame, those values will move. and we want to chart them on the correct time frame. So on 4-hour PVP, I switch to 1 month, and I want to grab my previous month volume profile. And actually, just for education purposes, I'm going to show this really quick. If this is November's value area low. And it'll probably look a lot better on a lower time frame, but here we break below it and retest, and this is your short entry here. And you would take it short down. And this is a good move. We're like 437 down to sorry, 46.37 down to 45.57. So it's almost a 100-point move or 70-point move. And then again, retest here and just dumped even further down. So this is how we trade. We're always looking for price to leave the value area, retest, and then dump. Or you can have price leave the value area, come back, retest, and go long. We'll look for some examples on lower time frames where it'll look a lot cleaner. But so on my 4-hour chart, I'm going to be grabbing my previous month value area low, my POC, and my value area high. Pretty sure November is a POC and not a VPOC anymore. Oh no, it's still a VPOC. All right, and so, well, I'm thinking in my head I need to go over the difference between POC and VPOC. So I typed POC. So you'll notice like down here I have 2021 POC and then 2022 VPOC, VPOC up here. So the difference, the distinction between a POC and a VPOC is a point of control that's been retested like after. So we're looking at this whole range here for November from here to here. And during while the POC is being formed in this time frame, it can be touched as many times as it wants. But once we leave this area, as soon as this gets touched, it would become a POC versus a VPOC. So VPOC means virgin point of control, which basically just means it hasn't been touched since this range was formed. And the importance of a virgin point of control versus a point of control is both of them will act as price magnets, but virgin point of controls are much stronger price magnets than a regular point of control, about 10 times stronger. And so when we sorry, when we have like several VPOCs to the downside and maybe like 1 or 2 to the upside, more likely that we're going to see downside than upside because price is going to be drawn to these virgin points of control. So They're very powerful, very important to have on your chart and use as an area to take profit. So this is going to be, my, oh my gosh, my colors are all off. So this is all I grabbed for my PVP on the 1 month. And then from here, I switched to 7 days. And there's a lot of questions on this one. But on 7 days, I go to the 65-minute. And I'm going to be... Why didn't it show up? Am I missing something? Alrighty, that's weird. Let me close this and reopen it. I've never had that happen before. Oh, cool. Now I have no candles. All right. That was strange.
Replay?
What's that?
Are you still on replay?
No. That was just weird. Okay. So I don't think this is quite 7 days yet. Let me see. Yeah, it is 7 days. All right. So, grab my value area high. And for anybody new here, we covered this level on Sunday as a short entry. Played out pretty well. So I label these as previous week value area high. Previous week value area low. And then previous week POC. Actually, this is a VPOC. So as a general rule, like every time you chart like the previous week, previous day, previous month, it's always going to be a virgin point of control. Because this is still, until the market opens tomorrow, this is still basically being established. These levels might move tonight if we get any kind of big movement on ES, and I'll just adjust them in the morning. But every other level that we go over tonight or today is going to be good for tomorrow, except for possibly the previous week. So one thing that you want to keep in mind, so like if we were taking, actually this is still good, but if you are grabbing short here, you want to be aware of the POC, so I mean, you can see, try to zoom in a little bit more. So if you were looking for this short, we came down to the POC, or actually a little bit below, but and then saw some more upside. So you always want to be aware of where your POCs are, because generally a good place to take profit And if it's too close to your entry, then you probably don't have a good trade. You always want to be aware of your risk to reward. So like if this is your short position here, stop loss, you're going to want to base it off of, something technical analysis wise. And you want to make sure on every trade you're getting at least 2 for your 1 risk. Yeah, for this, I don't really have, anything to place a stop loss based on. But an example would be if I was wanting to go long, off this here, which I wouldn't, but just as an example, if this was my long entry here, my stop loss, I would want it to be, like slightly below this candle or slightly below this candle here. Because if they do a stop loss hunt, they're probably going to bring it down to here before they bounce. And you can see, if I'm taking this to my previous week value area high, I'm getting 2.65 to my 1 risk. And it's very important to do this with every trade. Know what you're risking, know what your reward is. You either stop out here or take profit here, but you don't close your position in between those 2 areas. And just based on math, like even if you're 50% correct, you're going to be profitable if you do this every single trade. Risk 1 to make 2. You can even be correct only 34% of the time, and you would still be profitable if you do this consistently. So a lot of people have trouble with this area. Like this is one of the hardest things for people, is to take their 1 risk and 2 reward on every single trade. But seriously, if you do it, you're going to be profitable, even if you're wrong, like I said, or even if you're only correct 34% of the time. So from here, now I drop down to the 30-minute time frame, and I will look at my session volume profile. So to find this one, you just search for SVP, and you'll see session volume profile here. And these give me my previous days, all the way back. And you can use the same hack with this one. It goes back like roughly 45 days. But if you're looking for more data, you can always use the replay feature, and go back to here, and you'll get like another 45 days. So another thing that you can do is look where you have virgin points of control. So we have a virgin point of control down here. Personally, I don't do this too often, but so this is November 4th. If I do it, I just label them. This one here is not a virgin point of control. As you can see, we came down, and the very next day we blasted through it. So this one was retested. You do have a virgin point of control here. And frankly, I mean, it's so close to our 2021 POC. I'm not even going to put it on my chart. But you could, or actually, sorry, it was retested here. It was a virgin POC at one point in time, for a few days. But as you can see, like these act as really strong price magnets. So price left and came back and basically tapped it almost to a T and then took off again. And those are the trades you're looking for. You're looking for the retest. So this is the break. This is the retest. You go long. So here on the 30-minute, you can see my value area high is the same as my 2022 virgin point of control. So I'll just put a little dash here and put previous day value area high. And then here are previous day POC. Or actually, sorry, again, this is going to be a VPOC. It'll always be a VPOC until the next day. So even after hours and pre-market, this can continue being touched. It's not until the market opens the next day that a touch would make it a POC versus a VPOC. If we look at sorry, I don't know where I was going. Oh, I do know where I was going. If we look at like our so yesterday's for today's trading day, value area low and POC, I'm not going to put it because it's our previous week value area low as well. But if we drop down to like the 3-minute time frame, you can find some good entries for today. When we came here, I actually did not alert this one because we broke above the previous day value area low. But when we came back down, you want like 3 5-minute candles to close generally below our value area low, and then you would take it short. But it was actually like a decent entry, but like I said, I didn't alert this. I kind of missed it. But that's how you want to trade. You're looking for break below your value area low. So basically anytime you open inside value and come below it, this is going to be a very bearish move. If you open below your value area low and come back inside, that's going to be very bullish. And same thing, you're going to look for, when you cross back inside, you're going to look for 3 candles to close on generally on the 5-minute time frame. Once you have those 3 candles close above your value area low, you would wait for a retest and then you take it long. And then for like shorting, or basically like if we were, I know I'm not on the 30-minute time frame, so this level's not going to be correct, but I'm just showing this just as an example. Our value area high, if we open above it and come back inside, that's a very bearish move. Again, you're looking for 3 candles to close below, 5-minute candles or greater. Once that happens, you're looking for a retest of the value area low, and you would short there. And when this happens, you're looking for, or I'm sorry, this is considered like the 80% move. And when this happens, there's an 80% chance that you're going to go from the value area high to the value area low. Sometimes you'll stop out here at the POC. If you take multiple contracts, I would say trim here and put like a break-even stop loss. Put a break-even stop loss on your last runner and try to get it the full 80% move all the way down to your value area low. So hopefully this makes sense to everybody. We're looking for, again, open above, come back inside, very bearish, retest, 3 candles close. You would enter short here and play it down. Inverse is going to be open below here, come back inside, 3 candles close inside, retest the value area low and bounce. And this is going to be a very bullish play. And 80% of the time it will go from one side to the other side, up or down. You can also play, you know, if we don't break outside of, if we come up and test and then 3 candles close, retest, you can take it short there. Or same thing to the upside, bounce, 3 candles, retest, go long. And you can do the same thing with the POC. You can take retests of POC. Like if you look here, this is our test here of the POC. Came back up, boom, you would enter long here. And that gave you almost a 10-point move on ES, which is just money if you're playing. Actually, I think it gave more than a 10-point move. Yeah, it did. If you're playing SPY contracts or even better SPX, this is money. So that's how we trade it. Got to delete this line. So hopefully that's really clear to everybody. The last thing that I look at is our fixed range volume profile, which is this indicator here. If you don't have it saved to your trend bar, I mean to your favorite bar here, it's going to be right here at the bottom. And to add it to your favorites, you just click this star. My price on ES was around 700. Oh, you're saying when I couldn't find my candles? Oh, that would make sense. So with fixed range volume profile, if you grab the bottom to the top, this is going to show you where buyers are stepping in. And, you know, so you can see the POC for this. I mean, it's kind of hard to see because we have the 2022 VPOC there. But our POC is right here. And this is kind of a P-shaped volume profile, which basically in an uptrend will indicate like a reversal, which is exactly what we're seeing. And when you're looking at a P-shape, you actually want to go long at the next high volume node, which is going to be right here. So if we come to this level, this will be a good level to go long. But we do have some levels before we get down here. So again, this is going to be our run up POC here. So from our fixed range volume profile, from bottom to top, gives us our POC right here. So this level is just getting even stronger and stronger. And then the same thing to the downside. If we grab our fixed range volume profile from the top to the bottom. Oh, and I'm sorry, I didn't go over the settings on this. This is going to be the same as all the other ones. Row size 100. Volume value area is going to be 68. One important thing I want to point out on this, if you look at, I know like it's kind of hard to see the levels, but this is my value area high. My value area low is right here. So this line here is also my rundown value area low. And my rundown POC is going to be right here. I'll mark these in a second, but what I wanted to show you guys in the settings, you need to make sure that extend right is turned off, and I'll show you why. What extend right is saying is I'm picking this very specific range from the top to the bottom here. If I click on extend right, it's going to grab all of the data to the right, even though I pick this range here, which will change where my value area high, low, and POC shows up. So you want to be able to pick a specific range. You don't want it to grab everything from this point and to the right. So make sure you have this unchecked. Under style, you can turn on value area high, value area low, POC. If you'd like, you can turn on developing POC and developing value area high. I don't use those, but you can change. I mean, like, you can turn on everything on here. It's not going to affect anything as far as your settings are concerned. So from my rundown, I'm going to grab my rundown value area high. I have my rundown value area low with my previous day value area. I should actually do this because I'm very anal. All right. And then my rundown POC is here. Oh, and actually this is still a virgin point of control. Now I need to grab my area, my value area high. What is this level here? Strange. So my run, oh, sorry, this is run up. Run up POC is here, and then my run up value area low. At key, I see you. That's funny, bro. No, $1 on ES is not 100 points. So these are going to be our levels that we're watching for tomorrow. Let me just kind of take a look. I know a lot of people are pretty bullish going into tomorrow. And I can see why now. I couldn't see it when we were basically for people in the Discord. I couldn't see why people were turning bullish here, but I can see it now that I've changed stuff. This is the previous day value area low and the rundown value area low that we tapped. We're also tapping this trend line at the same time. We could see a bounce. We could see something like this happen. Ugh. So yeah, we might see some upside tomorrow. I don't know why. Wait, what did I just do? I don't know why I'm still feeling bearish. I won't let that basically I never go into any trading day with any kind of bias in either direction. I trade what the market gives me. Um, but this is definitely looking bullish here, bouncing off this trend line and bouncing off of the previous day value area low and rundown value area low. And so you can see this is what we're talking about, like as far as trading. What is this session volume profile? I think, yeah, it's getting in my way. So this is the test here, and this is the retest, and you'd want to go long. Hopefully this is making sense to everybody that's new. We're always looking for retests of key levels to enter long. And so, yeah, anyway, I could see over the next day or two a run up to like 40.78-ish. This previous week VPOC is probably where we're heading, and this trend line here. And I would expect basically a good rejection somewhere around here. So keep this level in mind. I'm not sure which one is going to reject off of, but it could be this trend line or it could be the previous week VPOC. Damn, that extended right BS. Yeah, it messed me up too once upon a time. It's messed a lot of people up, like in our Discord where people had that turned on and they were getting all messed up because their fixed range volume profiles were all messed up. So anyway, going into tomorrow, if they give us a retest of this, this is going to be a great entry for longs. I doubt they will, but I'm looking here. Actually, this is probably going to be it here. If we come up here, we'll probably reject the VWAP, come back down this trend line, previous day VPOC, and then go. I'm guessing. And then for people that I haven't shown this to yet, for my VWAP, if you use this volume weighted average price indicator, you can see right off the bat, like it's different than mine. This is the outer band, these green lines. And then if I turn off my VWAP, you can see the blue line matches my VWAP perfectly. But if you go to the settings and you change this band multiplier to 0.13, then you'll see that both of these VWAPs match up perfectly, right? So that's how you can get the same VWAP on your chart that I use. And with that said, this is what you're looking at here is literally what I look at when I'm trading. I find my levels and sorry, I'm trying to get my volume to show up good here. Once I have my levels, you know, the only other thing I have on my chart is going to be my volume and VWAP. And with the volume, I use a 20 MA. And just basically, if I see that volume is above the 20 MA, then I know that, you know, I've got above average volume. And it just helps with trades. And then people in Shorty's Discord got to see this today, but this is Bookmap on TOS. To get this, all you have to do is click this support button and just tell them that you want Bookmap, and they'll enable it for you. And it's under your charts right here, Bookmap. And today we were watching, I generally do this on 2 screens, but I can't share 2 screens. So I was live trading in Shorty's Discord, and we were watching my my trading view screen alongside bookmap. And like, so this area here on bookmap, 3941, before the market closed, we had a lot of orders. We don't know if they're buying or selling, but when you have a large amount of orders like this, like you'll generally see a bounce there. Or so here you can see this is a very, very high volume of orders up here, the dark red. And we rejected perfectly there and then came back to it again and rejected down. And so when you combine bookmap with the levels that you have from volume profile, these two combined create like an insane scalper's paradise. Like if you trade SPX and you're coming up to a key level, like for instance this. So this previous day VPOC, right here we broke below and then retested it. I mean, this wouldn't have been on your charts today because it's the previous day, but if it was, and you see here at 39.43, which I know we had a lot of orders at 49.43 on bookmap, this was just an easy short and it gave you 20 points. So when you combine the levels that you have from your volume profile with bookmap, it's pretty deadly for scalping. Also pretty deadly for catching, these good 20-point moves. And yeah, anybody in the Discord today could tell you we were just crushing it using these two things combined, our volume profile and bookmap. So if you're a newer trader, I would recommend highly learning those two things. If you're in the YouTube, in the description, there's a book called Volume Profile by Trader Dale. Highly recommend clicking on that link and buying the book. It's like an $8 book. And he details, really well how to use volume profile and how to trade based off of volume profile. And I think simplifies trading quite a bit. So hopefully everybody understands volume profile. I haven't gone like super in depth with volume profile, but we can really quick. What I'm going to do is I'll turn off my candles and we'll turn on our session volume profile. And I'm also going to turn off my VWAP here. But so I was telling you guys, these areas are either considered high volume nodes or they're considered to be volume shelves. And this isn't the cleanest, but today is kind of a lowercase b, or possibly, how come I should have like a drawing tool, right? I never try to draw. What's that? Does anybody know, does TradingView have like a pencil tool or something? Pen tool. Maybe I can use this. Yeah. So you could argue that this is a capital B. I think, we definitely have double distribution. When I turn the candles back on, you'll see we had a lot of trading up here at the beginning of the day, and then we dumped down and did a lot of consolidating in this area here. Some consolidation in this area before we dumped down, and then we dumped further, and then we came back up, consolidated, and came back up, and or no, we didn't come back up to here, but we had consolidation here, and down here we chopped around a bit. Yeah, Key, it's like an amazing book. So for me, this is going to be a lowercase b. And again, if somebody says it's a uppercase B, I wouldn't argue with you too much. But to me, this is a pretty clean lowercase b. The most of our volume is down at the bottom here. And lowercase b's are going to be very bearish days where we're seeing selling. You can see this day here as well is a lowercase b. And then this day here is going to be a D-shaped volume profile. Where's my... So as you can see, this is a D. On D shapes, what you want to do is, you know, you'll be able to watch your developing POC, and you'll have your value area low developing and your value area high developing. You want to short the top and long the bottom. And so if I turn on if I turn my candles back on for this day, and anytime you come to here, you go short, and anytime you come to here, you go long, you'll see that it's a pretty good way to trade. So short here down, long here up. If you tried to short here, you get clapped. And same thing here. But this works pretty consistently on sideways days. Or actually, this is... I'm looking at... This is the open here. So yeah, this is our trading day here. There's, again, D shapes, there's two ways you can trade. You can either go long as you're coming above the POC and you exit here, or short below the POC and exit here, or you can try to go long at the developing value area low and go short at the developing value area high. Let me turn the candles back off. And then the last type of day is going to be our P shapes. Let me find one. This is probably a way better D shape to trade, where we probably just chop sideways and you can grab the top for shorts and the bottom for longs. Here we have a P shape. So this is going to be a bullish day. Oh gosh. Where you're going to see a lot of upside. I've never used this marker tool before. It's kind of weird. So hopefully now everybody understands the types of days. With a lowercase b, so tomorrow when we're trading, you know, it depends on where we open, but you generally want to take the next high volume node or volume shelf as the area that you're going to go short. So tomorrow, if we open and come back to this area, this is probably going to be a good place to short, somewhere in this range, in this high volume node. From what I've noticed, you're generally, and I say generally, nothing's 100% in trading, but generally you'll come almost all the way to the far side of the volume shelf and then reject down. So that's the kind of move I would be looking for, shorting here down to our trend line or down to our previous day VPOC. And so you would want to watch this high volume node on the next day, or you're going to watch, you know, your previous day value area high, yeah, hopefully that makes sense to everybody. So, just by looking at our volume profile, I keep meaning to say this and I'm not saying it, but each one of these shelves, I kind of look at them as like rungs on a ladder, or you can look at them as steps on a staircase. Anywhere where you have a rung or a step, um, price has something supporting it. So um, price can go from, like this step down to this step, but it can't hang out here because there's nothing supporting it. Obviously, you would have to look back at the previous day to see where there was support or whatever. You can't. This will be developing as the day happens. Later on in the day, you can use these shelves for trading, but at open, they wouldn't be there. But you're looking at each one of these areas as a step or a rung on a ladder. And anywhere that you have a step or a rung on a ladder, there's something to support price that it can stand on, right? And if you cross from this to this is considered a skinny belly here, and price can't stay in this area. There's nothing to support it. Just like if it was climbing up a flight of stairs, we can go from this stair to this stair, but we can't hang out here. There's nothing to support us. We can go from this stair down. And if we turn on our candlesticks, you'll see, like we were hanging out in here, came down pretty quickly to this next rung, back up, back down pretty quickly, back up pretty quickly, back down pretty quickly, and just consolidated, came back up, back down quickly, consolidated. So you can see we're able to hang out here, and we're able to hang out here. And then once we finally broke the previous week value area low, we dumped. And there was really no consolidation through here because this is just super skinny belly. But once we got to this rung here, we're able to hang out again and consolidate. Drop down pretty quickly to here. Not much consolidation at this time, but once we came back to here, this is where we consolidated. Came down to this shelf and consolidated some more. So I hope that makes sense to everybody. That's how you look at volume profile. It's going to show you basically where, instead of seeing, volume at time, you see volume at price. So it shows you where buyers and sellers are stepping in. Let me erase some of this stuff. So any questions, anybody on volume profile or what we think ES is going to be doing tomorrow? All right, I don't see anything, so we're going to move on. So just a really quick recap. I would love a retest of our previous day value area low or rundown value area low. I don't think it's going to happen. So with that said, I'm going to be looking for something more like this, retest here and go long. I do think we see more upside tomorrow. And we already know, we have a skinny belly through here. So this move will happen pretty quickly if it does happen. All right. So that's ES. Oh, and then I guess I should cover for newer people. I don't really chart SPY. I chart ES, and then if I'm wanting to trade SPY, I'll just trade it right off of my ES chart, because if ES is having a green day, SPY is following suit. If we're having a red day, SPY is right there following suit. They move in sync with each other. And I have a lot of people that ask me like, oh, like what's such and such level on ES on SPY? I have no clue. If I'm going long on SPY, I'll literally do it right off of my ES chart. And the reason that I do that is, if we look at ES, there's no price gaps. Like, we don't get any gaps. The only exception to that is going to be Sundays. So you can see here on Sunday, we have a small gap on Sunday, right? And that's because the only time that the market, like that ES is closed, is from Friday through Sunday at 3 p.m. Or I guess it's 6 p.m. On the East Coast, 3 p.m. for me. So we do get a gap on Sunday, but every other day we have no gaps. So with that said, on volume profile, when you're charting futures, ES, NQ, whatever, you use extended trading hours because the market's open 24 hours a day. If you're going to be charting something like SPY for your volume profile, you're going to want to turn off extended trading hours and only chart your levels based off of regular trading hours. All right, so now we'll move on to NQ. I'll do NQ, and then if people have charts they want me to go over, we can look at a couple other charts. So let's start by looking at the big picture. Just hide all the drawings for a minute. It looks like I can probably draw a better trend line than this now. Let's see. Or parallel channel, I should say. Probably just need a different time frame. Let's see. I will say it always bugs me that Shorty does this so easily and I can't. This is good here, a 3-day. We've got 3 touches here and 2 touches here, and then touch here, and then touch, touch, and touch. So that's a good one. And then, gosh, this might even be nice here, actually. Yeah, this is good too. All right. So we have our, bigger picture downtrend. Short term, we're in a little uptrend here. Let's look at the daily and look at our PVP for the monthly. Or actually, sorry, yearly first. I know I'm pretty zoomed in, but I'm just trying to, for people watching, I'm trying to make it easier for you to see the levels, the numbers of the levels. Oh, and after I finish NQ, we'll pull up the clouds for ES and NQ so everybody can see how they're looking. I did go over it on Shorty's Discord, but so you can see this, our 2020 POC is retested here and here. So it became not a VPOC right here. Incubate. All right. So from here, we'll drop down to our 4 hour and we'll do our 1 month. Let me zoom in a little bit more so you guys can see these levels. Wait, I already have these. How funny. Right? I'm not losing my mind. Am I? Yes. I have them. That's funny. All right, so anyway, there's our monthly November value area high 12,029.7. POC is at 11,771 and 38 cents. And our value area low is at 11,258 and 73 cents. So from here, I mean, you can, if you want, also grab October value area high, low, and POC. I'm not going to be, we're pretty far away from them right now. And then from here, I go to my 65-minute chart. And I'm going to be looking at my 7 days. And some people ask, like, why don't you do 1 week or 5 days? Just based on back testing, we found that the 7-day period seems to be respected more than the whatchamacallit, Yeah, seems to be respected more than the 5 day or 1 week. But I welcome you to backtest this yourself. All right. All right. And then from here, drop down to the 30-minute. And we're going to check out our session volume profile. Hopefully I'm not talking too quiet for anybody. I realize I'm kind of being a little bit quiet. So this is a pretty busy area here for NQ. So here's a little something for everybody and to think about. I know the Discord will nail this, but if you're looking for like the 80% rule, if we came above and came back down and then retested, why would this not be a good short? And there's, don't be afraid to answer wrong, but think about why this is not a good short.
Is it because we sliced through the first time?
No,
We
that is
hit
not
that earlier, right?
not why. No. If I mean for short, like it's slicing through just gives us, more confluence that it might slice through again.
Yeah.
Anybody want to answer why this is not a great short from here?
The VPOC is closer to the value area high as well, and that's
Perfect.
where the hidden shelf is.
Exactly. So pretty good chance that, if we were to come outside here and then come back down inside, retest, pretty good chance that we're going to bounce there and possibly just chop through this range. I mean, eventually, we probably break through and go down, but, I mean, this is still, like, I don't know, almost 20 points on NQ. So it's not terrible if you're scalping, but if you're trying to catch that full, 80% rule, this is not going to be your best entry, with the POC so close to your value area high. You're better off looking for the inverse of catching the previous day value area low, retest, and playing it up. Because there, if we open outside and come back inside, we all know that this is then a very bullish move, and we come back down and retest and go long. We might reject here. actually probably a good chance that we see some kind of a flag, a bull flag form here. And then we might come up and have a little bull flag form here. And then we might have a bull flag form here. And we could reject here altogether. But even if we reject here, you know, we caught most of the move. Whereas from the top side, we don't have as much meat on the bone for the trade. That makes sense, everybody? Sorry, I want to zoom out really quick and just... This actually probably was a great long swing for tomorrow. I wasn't paying attention to it though. This is... we broke above this. I know we wouldn't have the previous week value area low. Well, I guess we could have before the close of the market. It would have still been forming, but it's close enough. It's not gonna. It would take a lot to move this level, but this is also like the opening drive from here that we came back and retested and bounced. So this was a good long entry for swings. And I think tomorrow we're just going to have to hope to catch, you know, like a good retest of a level. So if we come above here, come back and retest, you're going to want to play it up to these POCs here. And with the previous week value area low, you know, you can try to play the 80% rule. But with the weekly value areas, you know, like always, we're going to have a lot of noise on the way up. But if you're taking multiple contracts on Qs or whatever, I would trim here and then leave like a break-even runner to see if you get more upside. If you do, you know, be ready to cut your trade here. What you can do, let's just kind of play this out. If we go long here, you're going to want your stop loss to be below this candle. And you're going to want it to be probably, you know, lining up with this trend line here. And your first take profit is going to be there, which means we don't have enough meat on the bone. I don't know. This one's kind of iffy. You really want to get 2 reward for your 1 risk. But if you did take several contracts here, trim here. And then at that point, basically, once you trim, you're going to be looking for something like this. Basically, I wouldn't give it too much room to the downside, but yeah, yeah, if we get a move like this, you're good. But if we come below, and I would stop out and just lock in your profits on your runners as well. So pretty sure tomorrow we're going to get upside on NQ Qs. This isn't the greatest trade here, but if we do come down, yeah, actually, no, that's not even a good advice. Oh, this is the value area high. Value area low. So yeah, again, I would try to go along here. Again, it's not the greatest risk to reward, but that's probably where we're going tomorrow on Qs. So anybody have any charts they want? Or actually, sorry, before I look at any other charts, let me pull up the clouds for tomorrow. Sorry, it's a little funky when I pull this up, but this is ES 4-hour cloud. There's nothing really worth looking at. If we look at the daily here, let me zoom in. We sliced right through the daily mid, and looks like we bounced in space, but we didn't. You know, ultimately, eventually, we're going to be coming down here. But for now, this is where we bounced right off the weekly mid. We'll probably eventually slice through there and come down more. Our weekly bottom is closed, which basically just means price can't get through this as of right now. And then the other two are our weekly clouds and our quarterly clouds. There's nothing significant to look at on those two. If we do come up to 42.18, like this is going to be a great short. The quarterly clouds are closed. Now we can check out NQ. Is looking very much oh yeah, so this is our retest of the weekly bottom here, or sorry, the monthly bottom. So good chance on ES that we're going to eventually be going to 13.7. It'll take time though, a lot of time, months. Let me see, what's this? 10.8. Yeah, we'll probably see 10.8 before we see 13.7. And you can see our weekly cloud bottom is closed here at 10.850-ish, give or take. All right, so I probably have time to look at like a couple of tickers. If anybody has anything they want me to look at. It's probably going to be strictly for people in Shorty's Discord for now, but if nobody has anything in Shorty's Discord they want me to look at, then I'll look at some other Key, you're killing me, bro.
Do you have AMD by any chance?
I can go over AMD. Yeah. Let's just look at the clouds. Or actually, I'll look at the clouds after. Because I don't like to... I would rather... I know you're not asking me to go over the clouds, but I would rather look at the chart with no bias, without bias from the clouds, and then we can look at the clouds afterwards. So just to see what we see. So Key is asking me to go over the opening range. Oh, what's it called? The IBL. I haven't really learned it yet, Key. So,
I can explain if you need me to.
yeah, I mean, give me a second. Like I kind of know it, but not. Basically, I'm gonna have you assist me. Is what I'm gonna do. I know like how to set the IBL. Yeah, the IBL and IBH. I know how to set them, but and then I know like you're looking for like a 5-minute candle to close. This is where I don't know it, but let me just go over. So the IBL, basically, like you take your the first hour of the market open. So we need like a different time frame. So I'm West Coast, so market opens at 6:30 for me. So the way that you set your IBH is you go off of the first, basically the top of your opening candle. And this is going to be your IBH. And then you take the high of the body of the first candle. What time frame though does he do it on? Is it
You can do it on any time frame. The first hour, you're going to want to mark the level of the highest candle wick,
and
and
then the
then also
body.
the lowest.
Yeah, and also
No, are you sure it's body? Because on the indicators that we got on TV, it'll mark the wick. I mean, you can go by body. I think body is to determine the closing for the next part, where you determine whether you'll go no higher or no lower for the rest of the day.
yeah, exactly. But so you need the body as well. You marked both, or at least that's what Shorty did. He marked both. So then you go to 7:30, and you're gonna mark your IBH here. I mean IBL. So initial balance high, initial balance low, and then you also mark your the body of the candle. So that, and then that's all that I know. What is it? If you
So,
have like a 5-minute candle close below, then
so what? So what
88%
happens
chance.
is, what happens is, yeah, you take your range of the highest and lowest of the first hour when the market opens. So you know your IBH and your IBL. Wherever the next time you have either a 3-minute or a 5-minute candle close after that hour, if it is above the high, that's an 88% chance that you will not go no lower than that IBL. If the next candle that does close of it, and it doesn't have to be the next candle. I mean, you know, you might be stuck in the middle for an hour or two or all day. So you don't go by the rule, obviously, but the next candle, if it closed 3 or 5 minutes below the IBL, that means it's an 88% chance you will not go any higher than the IBH. It's kind of like telling you that you close past this level, you'll never bounce. If you bounce back, you won't go no higher or lower.
So yeah, so you draw on the first hour, you're gonna draw the top of your or sorry, like you're gonna grab the wick from your first candle, and you're gonna grab the body, and then you grab the wick of the lowest candle or highest, whatever, at your 1 hour mark from open. And if you have a 5-minute candle close below this, then 88% chance that you're not going to go past your IBH. And if you have a 5-minute candle or whatever, a 3 or 5-minute candle close above your IBH, 88% chance that you won't go below your IBL. Does that make sense, Key? Yeah, DM. I'll look at. Oh, so we have Tesla, Oxy, ZS, and you're killing me with SPY, Henny. Yeah, I'll do those 4 charts really quick. Just let me know, Key, if that all made sense to you. Can you just erase the lines? Thank you. There we go. What's this? All right, so I'm just gonna look at Tesla, Oxy, and SPY. Oh, sorry, Tesla, Oxy, ZS, and SPY. And then I have to run. My kid's got a guitar lesson. So. All right, so for Tesla, we use, like I said, regular trading hours. I'm going to go a lot faster on this one because you guys don't need to know all the time frames and everything. I erased everything. Actually, that's a pretty good level, huh? All right. Tesla's getting wrecked, huh? I don't look at it very often. I know this is hindsight, but I like this. I would actually love to see a retest of this to go long. Yeah, I already see a couple of nice plays. Who can tell me what to do? Tesla.
You can wait until it gets to the demand area
Mm-hmm.
and then take it long.
What could we do before that?
If it bounces back from that value area low and goes to that POC, we can short it.
Yeah, you could. What about the value area low?
Uh, you mean going long after this bounce?
No. I mean, whatever you see. Um,
I mean, it might break under that value area low and then retest it and then go down into that demand area.
Perfect. That would be a beautiful short.
Mm.
Um, so, yeah, right off the bat here on Tesla, I'm really liking this. If we break down below and retest, that's a great short right here. Oh, sometimes I really hate this tool. I always forget to double click. If we can get this retest here on a short entry, this will be nice and clean all the way down to this demand. And then once you get to this demand, and you can even see we've got like a nice volume shelf here, we can grab calls up. So I would love to take this short down and then calls back up from this demand zone. I think, you know, when I was zoomed out a little bit more, I grabbed this whole candle. It encompasses the candle after it, wicks on both sides. So it looks like a pretty decent demand. But even better, we have a little volume node right here to grab long from right from this area. You know, you could even argue that this might be the place to go long right there versus this whole area. But I would probably bring it down at least to this wick. But you know, just actually, I'm glad I thought about this to say, when you're trading, you never want to have like a hard line. Like I know I'm drawing my value area highs and lows and POCs as like a single line, but you always want to think of them as a range. If you're trying to, you know, like if we're trying to take this short, this retest, and you're waiting until you come exactly to 176.91, you're probably going to miss your fill. You're going to want to get in a little bit before. And let me just like kind of show an example with the short tool here. So let's say I take my entry, you know, slightly below the line. Stop loss, take profit. And there's your trade, and you're getting 1 to 2 risk to reward. I mean, this stop is pretty high. I'm on like a pretty high time. I'm on a daily chart. I don't trade daily charts, but I would actually be risking less to get this move. And I would be looking to exit the position around here. If I drop down to like 5 or 10 minutes, even 15. Yeah. So see this candle here, this wick here. I would use that wick probably just like as my stop, just slightly above it. And then I need to go on to a higher time frame. And there we go. We've got our 2-to-1 or 1-to-2 risk to reward on the trade. So hopefully that makes sense to everybody, how you want to look at your trades. You want to use technical analysis. You want to find a point on the chart as your stop loss, not just some random percentage or P&L off of your trade. You're not looking for percent gain or loss, and you're not looking for a dollar amount gain or loss. You're looking for points on the chart, technical analysis, and a point on your chart for your exit. Okay. So for me, this will be a great short if it's given to us. And now I forgot where I was. Okay, I'm looking at November. So now we'll drop down to the 4-hour, and we're going to look at the weekly. Wait, no, not the 4-hour. We're looking at the 7-day on the 65-minute. And sorry, I'm not going to be talking too much while I'm going over these tickers. I want to kind of crank through them a little fast. This is a good channel with 3 touches to the top side and 2 on the bottom. But we also want to be aware of this trend line here. And then let's take a look at where So best case for upside, we're rejecting it, the 2022 value area low. I actually really want to look at the this range here. So for this range here, it's got consolidation. Our value area low, which happens to be the previous week POC, would be a nice place to go short if we get a retest of this. But again, I think November value area low, if we break outside and come back, retest and go down, that'll be a good short as well. But this would be more ideal if we were to come back up to here or down and then back up. November POC is good too if we happen to retest this. I would go short here. So those are your trades. Short there. That would be our retest. And then short here if it gives it to you. Break below, retest, and then down. If not, if we break below the November value area low or previous day value area low, this range here, and it retests it, you can take that down as well. I know we have the previous week value area low below, but this whole area is a skinny belly, and I think we'll probably just slice through this. Any questions on Tesla before I move on? All right, so next we'll go over Oxy. Oh, actually, sorry, I wanted to go over the clouds on Tesla. Oh, wow. Retest of 180 is gold for short, like gold, gold, gold. This is going to be a bearish backdoor. So if we come back up to 180, we'll get a pretty good flush to the downside. Let me see my, where was I saying? Oh, wait. Tell me 180 is that POC. But 180 is the previous day value area high. So this is probably going to be like our best entry on a retest of the value area high. Shoot, this might be the retest. Or no, sorry, it's not, because this is going to be the initial touch on the cloud, right? Switch to 4-hour candles. Yeah, so this is our initial touch. We want to retest and down. This will, I mean, that is that is money. So it's like actually at 180, 181-ish, basically. You'll want to be short. Yeah, sure thing, Iona. Let's look at the other time frames. This is our daily. Oh, God. Yeah, so our daily mid is at like 185-ish. What does that line up with on our... doesn't line up with anything. Or at least not that I have charted. Oh, shoot. This does line up with something. So this is the retest here for a bearish backdoor on our weekly clouds on Tesla. So we're going to be dumping big time. If you grab like a couple week out puts on Tesla, you're going to print. And we're going to like 164. Quarterly mid is at 136. 165. Love to see it. We're coming here. God, I feel like Shorty right now, laughing and all. Yeah, we're coming here, 165 on Tesla. So if you get a retest here of the previous day value area high, go short. This is gold. Like, we have confluence all over the place. 165 is here. Yeah. And then we have that demand right at the cloud. And this is huge. This is our monthly cloud, so this is huge. All right. If I forget to go over the clouds on any of these charts, please remind me. So next we'll look at Oxy. What time is it? Oh, it's 3. I might not be able to look at all of those. So for people asking for ZS and SPY, I might just do them later and then just post the charts, because I don't think I'm going to have time. We'll see. Hang on one second. Give me a second, guys. All right. So Oxy, we're in uptrend. I don't know why I cannot find my parallel channel ever. Oh, look at that. You just love to see it. So do you guys know where to buy now? Take calls. Everybody should know where to buy now.
POC.
Yeah. So this is where you want to buy for, you know, like swing few month out calls. This will print. I think my headphones are warning me that I'm running out of battery, but so if you guys try to talk to me and I don't reply, it's because I can't hear you. So we're back inside September's value area. So I actually think we might just be coming to here. This is probably a good buy zone. Take a starter position and then, you know, full position here if it gives it to us. This is also basically a psych level, you know, $60 even. If you start to see a bounce here, like I said, I would just start a position there. You're going to want like a few months out though. Let me see this. Or I guess 1 month is enough. A month out at $60. And again, there's a chance if you take a position here, there's a chance we come to here and bounce. So your stop would have to be below this. If you're going long, this is your entry. You want your stop to be slightly below this demand, and your profit target, is up here. So yeah, I would highly recommend starter position at $60, full position at 57, and then just grab your ankles and hold on for the ride, basically. This is not 7 days, right? Yeah, I didn't think so. So this is my previous week value area high here. Previous week value area low. And my POC. I'm just going to assume whoever asked for Oxy is not looking for day trades. You're looking for swing trades. And you should be clear on where we're buying. We're buying here. Starter position. Actually, let me just do this. Oh yeah, nice. If you're looking to short, if we get a retest, whoa, wrong tool. If we get a retest here of the September POC, I would grab shorts to there, and then I would switch to longs. All right, and now we'll take a look at the clouds on Oxy. What's that? Dude, too good at this stuff. So same thing. If we get a retest here at 65, it's going to be a bearish backdoor down on the 4-hour. Are crazy. Yeah, 64.50-ish is going to be a retest for a bearish backdoor on the daily. Nothing really significant on the weekly here. Oh gosh, it's just too good. And on the monthly, yeah, once we break below 63.48, we're gonna fly. So yeah, lines up with what I was saying, so that's good. All right. Yeah, it's 3:20. I'm gonna have to call it there. For DMZS and Spy for Henny, I'm not ignoring you guys. I will do it. I'll do it when I get home later. Let me see. I should be home. Let's say, well, you guys on YouTube, let me know if you want me to go live on YouTube for Spy Chart and ZS. I will, and we could probably look at some other charts at that time. If not, I'll just do it live on the Discord, and we'll call it 9 Eastern. I'll go live again here on the Discord, and we can go live on YouTube. But you guys got to let me know. And then for anybody that's watching the YouTube, if you're watching this after the live ends, I would appreciate it if you drop a comment, just because the YouTube algorithms have not been showing my recordings, so my viewership is going down. So I would love it if you guys would take a second to comment and like the video. That'll be it. So like I said, I'll post all the charts in the Discord for everybody, and we'll do ZS and Spy later. DM and Henny. Sorry I didn't have time to get it done right now, but we'll get it done. So I'll be live again on Discord at 9 Eastern, and depending on answers in the YouTube, I'll go live on YouTube as well. Anyway, that's going to do it for the video. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for trusting me with the levels, and I'll talk to you all later. Have a good night. Bye.
Have a good one, Rockets.
Thank you.